Hello my wonderful people, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Following the debates on the minimum wage proposal, the leader of the Iru Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Ayodele, had on Sunday accused state governors of being heartless following their rejection of the 60,000 minimum wage proposal and offering 57,000 as the amount they can approve. Primate Ayodele said the Nigerian governments are heartless and inhuman for failing to improve the lives of workers. He, however, noted that the proposed 57,000 is insufficient to cope with the hardships in the country. In a statement by his media aide, the prophet revealed that the inadequate wages workers receive are a contributing factor to the persistence of insecurity in several states in Nigeria, and has called on governors to review the payment for workers instead of frustrating efforts to improve their lives. Now, he noted how heartless the Nigerian governors are, trying to pay 57k as a minimum wage in this present economy is like punishing workers because there is serious hardship in this country, and the proposed amount cannot work because they cannot accept such a ridiculous amount, and they collect security votes and allocate different payments to themselves, but paying a major amount as minimum wage has become a problem for them. And this is one of the reasons insecurity persists in our states, because when a security man is paid below expectations, he will collect money from bandits to operate. So they should look into this. Now, regarding the labor unions, Primate Ayodele, however, condemned them for shutting down the national grid in a demonstration over the minimum wage. You see, the labor leaders and the labor workers had been, anxiously waiting for an update on the minimum wage struggle. And so many people have taken turns to react to the shutdown of the national grid by the union during the 2-day nationwide strike. And regarding the labor union, Primate Ayodele has described the act as one that could endanger the lives of innocent Nigerians. The prophet has advised the union to be very mindful of their actions during demonstrations because, according to Ayodele, shutting down the national grid is totally condemnable. It's something that can actually cost the lives of innocent Nigerians. The union should know how to express their grievances without affecting other Nigerians, and shutting down the national grid can only affect innocent Nigerians in the process. So, my country people, we all know that as part of the actions of the NLC and the TUC over the indefinite strike has been proposed by them, as they are demanding for an increase in the national minimum wage and also a reduction in the electricity tariff. As part of their actions, they went to, put off the national grid. Flights, businesses across the country for 2 days were suspended. They were suspended. And a lot of people have expressed their different options on the legality of the union's actions. As one APC chieftain, Mr. George, had described the shutdown of the national grid as a treasonable felony. Meanwhile, Primate Ayodele is saying that they shouldn't have done it and it is totally condemnable, that they shouldn't have gone to that far extent of shutting down the national grid, because it would cause a lot of damages, as they have noted that it is quite illegal. The action was illegal and it was improper. I mean, according to them, it was definitely improper to throw the whole country into darkness. I mean, there are better ways to express your demands without a complete blackout. So it is illegal. It has been tagged illegal by these persons. But I must say, everyone with their option. I guess the labor leaders felt that that is the only way they could get to, draw the attention of the government to their demands, by shutting off the national grid. And now the government are currently working towards, implementing some necessary changes to the national minimum wage. And this situation, on ground has really escalated because the NLC, they are advocating for a sustainable living wage for the Nigerian workers just to mitigate the impact of the hyperinflation and to provide relief for citizens. But then they said if they don't get a reasonable response or feedback from the federal government, they would embark on another strike. And we wouldn't want such. We wouldn't want the NLC to embark on another strike because this is really affecting the businesses of so many people in this country, and it is affecting our economy. So it will be unwise. And the best thing for the government and the labor union is for them to find a common ground. They should negotiate properly. I really hope their negotiations would bring about, would be fruitful, so that it would lead to improvement in our economic conditions, because currently our economic condition is not in a very good state. But I must say, Primate Ayodele noting that the governments are very heartless for making such a statement. I think there is a twist to this. Yes, I think there is a twist to this, because call it coincidence, I don't care, but how come the Nigerian Governors Forum gets to make a statement saying that they cannot pay 60,000 naira? This is coming as the federal government has noted that they would pay 62,000 naira. Is this not a coincidence? I think the Nigerian Governors Forum are working with the federal government so that the masses will feel like, oh, the governors are also saying they can't pay 60,000 naira. So the 62,000 naira being proposed by the federal government is a good thing. I think they are working hand in hand. The state governors and the federal government, they are working hand in hand. Because how can state governors say they can't pay the sum of 60,000 naira as minimum wage to Nigerian workers? Meanwhile, they are living in luxurious lives. Look at how they are increasing the salaries of judicial officers across the federation in all states. Look at what in a state, the House of Assembly members get SUVs, luxurious cars and all of that. All those allowances are being given to every state House of Assembly members. But when it comes to the Nigerian workers, they can't pay ordinary 60,000 naira. I think all these things are just connected. They don't want the progress of the Nigerian workers. They don't want the progress and the development of Nigerian workers. They are not concerned about the welfare of the Nigerian workers. In fact, the governors are the #1 enemies of the masses in Nigeria. But I know that one day, all these things will come to an end. But I simply hope and I wish that the government would come into a normal level playing ground with the NLC so that they can come to a final conclusions, and then the Nigerian workers will get to know where they stand, as the government is yet to make a final decision today. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comments section. Thank you.